Welcome to Did You Say Something, the variety podcast hosted by two aspiring voice actors who rely on their amazing community to get them any jobs, but still can't seem to do anything better than my wife. This week, we have an exciting showdown, Mr. Miyagi versus the living embodiment of Little Man Syndrome. Nice, and that is the last time that we let our producer write an intro for us on the show. Good job, Jake.
Thanks, I guess.
All right,
anyway, shake that off.
I'm Matt Mangum, by the way. You can find all my stuff at mattmangum.com. He is Conor Lewis.
You can find me on TikTok, is where I'm most active, Conor Lewis VO. And that's where you'll find my stuff.
Riveting. You can find our podcast on YouTube at Dis Podcast. You can also find us on Spotify, Buzzsprout, all the places that you find your amazing podcasts. If you do want to watch the show, we do highly recommend that you go to YouTube. As that Spotify and all those are audio only, you will still get a bunch of entertainment, but you get to see his face, I guess, if that's something that you want to see. Little Man Syndrome, by the way. I like that. We're just going to start calling you LMS.
Of course you do. All right, smack.
An LMS Dis shirt.
Speaking of Dis shirts, I am sporting the Did You Say Something blue t-shirt. We're trialing a couple of t-shirt companies to see which ones make the best t-shirts. But Dis merch coming very, very soon.
The only important company that matters, though, is Interface Broken. That's where the main shirts come from. Conor just goes and finds some place out in the back alley somewhere in England and gets some shirts made for him. That's how that works.
Pretty much.
Here, over in the States, we do this professionally with our own company and our own equipment.
Yeah. And you remember you remember that t-shirt and stickers that you said you were going to send me in episode 1 at the end of it when you were like, yeah. How's that coming?
Yeah, as soon as you send me over about... what is it that you guys say, 300 quid? I'll be happy to ship that over to you.
So go ahead and sponsor us on Patreon.
All joking aside, seriously, we have a Patreon. Please go check it out. This is a link, I don't know, here for Patreon.
I reckon
sounds
just
good.
Over your face is probably the best place for that.
As long as you head over to the Patreon, please feel free to support the show. We would greatly want to continue to produce these episodes for you. We have a lot of fun doing this, and we love bringing on special guests and all of that when we can, which is going to be a great time because we have some good ones coming up.
We certainly do. I think we've got BBP coming up, haven't we? Your other company.
That is the other company, the big one, as they say. And one day, maybe, if Conor can get the name right, he might get a lead role. But until he calls the name of the company properly that he currently is on the roster for, he's going to stay on the lower end of that roster. Side
Confused
characters.
Cookies.
Tertiary characters now. I think you've been moved down.
Fine. Bewildered biscuits.
You still said it wrong. Still said it wrong.
Yeah. Scalded scones.
Yep, that's fine. All right, so we're going to move on. We'll maybe one day in the future introduce something that Conor's doing with Bewildered Biscuit Productions, but most likely not. He got one shot.
That's fair. Well, I look forward to auditioning for many things and hearing back on none of them.
Oh, I'll be sure to make sure that I am the one that gives you that news that you are absolutely not even considered for casting.
Speaking of casting, though, we do have some news. We are working on a project together, aren't we?
We are indeed. We have an amazing author, David Parker Ross, who has this ongoing huge world and lots of books that he's put out. And we are lucky enough to have one of these that he's had some audiobooks made, put into an audio drama, a big old deal. It's going to be huge. Conor and I are in that. Conor, unfortunately, is one of the main characters, but we'll just gloss over that. No, just to be honest, though, it's called Perceptions.
Above and Beyond.
Above and Beyond, thank you. And there is some amazing production on it. If you guys know, which hopefully you do by now, Nels Gross of So Gross Productions is working with David on this. And so the quality is going to be huge on this audio drama. Very, very big. And if you want to get a taste of that, head on over to the Hellscape Podcast. That is on Spotify as well. And you can check out some of those works, some of the short stories and things that he's done over there. We've been having a bunch of fun with the cast chatting about the oncoming stuff. And we actually got episode 1's script this morning, which was very fun to read through.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I found out that the majority of my lines in this audio drama are with Conor. I can't get away from it. I can't separate from this guy.
This is what happens when you're cast as a lead in something. You end up interacting with a lot of people. Also, when your character doesn't die in everything that you do.
Which, oddly enough, I'm pretty sure my character may perish in this book as well, so we shall see. But getting cast as the lead is something that is actually brand new to me. I usually play a lot of side characters, and all of that being with the animated comics, we like to give other indie artists, voiceover artists, the chance to shine there. But I did get cast in a Lego stop motion as the lead character. Just a bit ago, and I do have to attribute a lot of that work to Angela Molhaltra. If you don't know who she is, please check her out. She is an amazing coach and talent. She has done many projects for Disney. She's actually just released a new episode on Disney of Bunked, and I know that she'd be happy with that, so please go check that out. She's been in a lot of Nickelodeon shows. So yeah, and I'm happy that she is my coach, and I can attribute all of my recent growth to her for sure. Definitely nothing to Conor.
No, that's fair. I didn't have the talent or the skill to help you in any way, shape, or form, so I'm glad you found someone that actually managed to get you just above the bottom.
That's fine. Jake, go ahead and clip that, please, of Conor actually saying that he has zero talent at all to do anything voiceover. Thank you, as Jake and I know that we are the ones that carry this show. Okay, it's fine. Conor's here because... Yeah. We had a one-man podcast just wouldn't work out for the format. So we were like,
no, you don't have the personality for it.
You needed the diversity in the show, and, well, I didn't want to be on camera.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. But couldn't you have picked a better face, Jake, to put on camera?
It's the best England's got.
All right. Point Merca. Okay, so
yeah, are we done talking about that, or do I get a chance to talk about it, or have you decided that we're on to the next bit?
Fine, go ahead, I guess.
Because before Perceptions Above and Beyond comes out, there's Pandemic, which is coming out in September, I believe. You son of a bitch. Are you looking up the date? Are you? Hey, I'll allow it. You got away with that one. Nicely done.
Go ahead.
Yes, so Pandemic will be coming out in September. That will be a huge insight into the world and introduce some of the characters and what you can expect from Perceptions Above and Beyond. And unfortunately, Matt is going to ruin it with his voice, but, hopefully we can hope that Nels is that good that he can hopefully make him sound like he can emote and act, which would be fantastic.
Fair.
Yes.
I mean, it's fair. It's all a big say to what Nels can actually do.
Yeah.
He makes us all sound 10 times better than what we can actually
put out. He really
does. Man, I sounded really good in that. He's like, yeah, it was a lot of work.
Yeah. Because I spent 3 weeks on it.
But Matt, you only had 2 lines. I know.
And off the back of that, I think I also have a couple of Felcar books, audio books, that will be coming out next year as well.
Nice.
Which is pretty exciting. So yeah, very, very busy. Very busy.
Yes, and there's other projects that Conor and I are a part of together as well. Conor is, as we stated last time, I do like to say it again because it's something that I'm actually proud of Conor for.
Don't be too nice.
Right? I get that face. I know. I understand. It made me feel weird too. I couldn't even speak after that.
We've just lost. We've just lost half of our listeners who are expecting. They actually get on. Fuck this.
Conor was cast as Reggie in Murder Most Mundane, in one of Beer Order Biscuit, one of our animated comics that's coming up soon. So that's going to be very good. And we are also part of another audio drama coming up together as well. More information for that on that to come in the future. But Conor and I are going to have a lot of dialogue together.
Yes, we are.
In which it's just going to allow me to just outshine him even more than Dis already allows me to do.
We'll see who outshines who on the game later on in the show.
You know what, Conor? It doesn't even matter if I lose. I still outshine you.
Only because there's more forehead to shine off of.
That's fine. Whatever it takes. I can outshine you in everything, even bad things. And it's still better. It's still good in some way because it's in comparison to you. You're just shit, mate. Get over it.
How did he get that bad? I don't know, but it's impressive. Fucking right, it's impressive. That took commitment.
I pride myself in everything that I do well, okay?
I aim to be the best, even if that is being the best at being the worst.
I'm all for it. Here for that.
Well, we'll
see that point where you think it's coming up and I'm complimenting you and then just knock you right back down.
No, I mean, that's what I come to expect.
It's not far to go.
It's barely far to go. Thank you, Jake. For those of you that don't know, Jake is on screen with us. He may or may not appear on screen in the show. Depends how he's feeling. He's a bit shy, and with a face like his, I don't blame him.
I almost had a aw moment.
Don't feel sorry for him. Fucking hell.
I don't. He's a complete asshole. Anyway, so he runs this show just right. Yep. You know what I mean? And fine, Jake, fine. Whatever you want. Oh, move on? Oh, okay, there it is. We have to wait for Jake to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just get lost.
Yeah, I
apparently,
mean, it's getting to this point where you two are just chatting shit.
That is kind of the whole point of this, but, you know.
I'm not very good at it, though.
and ladies and gentlemen, this is the last time that Jake live produces a show.
He's the opposite of a hype man. You guys are shit. Do better.
We'll get there. It's a work in progress.
Yes, all the lovely things like Conor was saying. Please, Pandemic is going to be really good, actually, and it is going to set up Perceptions Above and Beyond very well. Please go check those out. And if you're bored and you literally have nothing else to do, you can go check out some of Conor's other works.
And then once you finish with my stuff.
The reason I have to keep bringing up Last Man on Mars is it is decent. It's good, mainly because Spencer wrote it, and he is also was nice enough to lend the rights to his music for our show. Spencer's a great writer. Conor was in it. He actually did good. He did very well, but luckily it's less than 10 minutes, and so you can get the rest of your hour back. You know what I mean?
And then once you're done with my stuff and you really want to scrape the bottom of the barrel, you can go check out all of his stuff. Highly recommend scrolling way, way, way back on his TikTok and find some of his rap stuff.
Don't do that. Those are going to get removed tonight.
Do it. Do it.
Those are gone tonight. So good luck finding those, but those will no longer be anywhere.
I have them saved. DM me.
So before we move on, there is going to be a pretty funny moment here later in the year. My wife and I did book tickets to one of my favorite comedians. His name is Nate Jackson. And if you have not seen his stuff on TikTok, please go check him out. To give you an idea of why this ties into Dis, the whole front row generally in a comedy show or any show is a little bit more pricey, right? This one you pay to be in the roast zone. And basically, a lot of his bit is to roast everybody in that zone as harsh as possible. There's no give back.
Nice.
Now, you do have a choice. If he looks at you and you look away, he will not roast you. I absolutely am going to stare him in the eyes. I want it. Give me all of the roasting. So we should have some clips and all of that coming at the end of the year for the holiday. Maybe that'll be a Christmas present that I give to Conor, is me getting roasted. And hopefully I end up on his TikTok account as well.
That'll be fucking brilliant.
I do plan on wearing a Dis T-shirt when I go to this concert.
Yeah, you do.
Shameless plugging.
Right? That's
Don't
what it's
care.
all about.
Yep.
I've been sharing episode 1 here, there, every fucking where. It's
Good.
Like,
about time you
it's
did
got to be done. I do enough, okay? I am enough.
You keep
Hey.
telling yourself that.
Yeah, and there's no crying in baseball. You knock that shit off.
Okay. You get back in there.
You know, dear.
So we're going to go ahead and jump into our first little gaming segment of this show, taken from episode 1, where we used our impressions. Matt used his one. The rest of us all sort of did a few, re-quoting films. So we're going to jump into that, give ourselves a little chance to try and shine, as Matt so clearly stated he can do better than me. So we'll see.
By doing nothing.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, if you sit there and do nothing, that will be better than if you try and do impressions. So, Jake is going to feed us lines. He's been cooking something up, and we'll see what he can produce. Oh, no. That's I need you. I miss you.
By the way, Jake put that in the show.
Oh, that's that's why I stopped.
Yeah. In between cuts, randomly for no fucking reason, along with that goddamn face. If we can get you doing the and then do that fucking face you did after you sneezed. Mm-hmm.
I need you. I miss you.
All right. So this is a segment where Conor and I like to have a little bit of fun with each other. Sometimes we'll do this with guests and all that.
Giggity.
But we figured this time we would let Jake help us out. He has chosen some lines for us to read. We have chosen some impressions in which to do these lines, and we will start.
Disread. Carry on.
Yep. All right. Okay. Let him have that, I guess. You know, I know you. You know you. And I know you know. And I know you.
Will someone catch a goddamn ball? It's like watching a bunch of idiots trying to fuck a doorknob out there.
Fucking Chuck Norris.
I need that in a soundbite, please. Once you go black, you gonna need a wheelchair.
Oh man, and end scene. For sure.
Wow.
Yes, I will second that. Wow. Please feel free to send us your guesses on which shows and which characters those were. Hopefully those are pretty obvious impressions. Send those over to dispodcast@gmail.com and we will field those for you. Thank you very much.
Or head over to YouTube and leave a comment on the video. If you can get the impression that we did and the movie quote, then that will entitle you to potentially win a prize.
Yes, you do have to get both. And also, that'll be a prize that we choose at some point.
Could just be a roasting on one of the shows. Who knows?
All right. Conor, you want to introduce this one? And then I'll go.
Yep. I was paying attention.
Did you say something?
Did you say something? So we're going to continue in this same vein. We've got the next little couple lines, and let's see how these ones go. Over to you, Smat.
Sorry, did you say something? Was I?
No, continue.
Oh, okay.
I'm being told that the average judge does not have enough players and will be forfeiting the championship match. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Hey, you vote who has the better cartman. There we go. Leave a comment down on the YouTube page, please.
I'm sorry. Did you say something? Yeah, I did. I said, suck my balls, Mr. Garrison. No, kitty. It's my bewildered biscuit. No, kitty.
Sorry, the no kitty killed me, sorry.
No, kitty. No, kitty.
All right, so let's try to rein this in. Looks like we have some more here. All right,
Who?
we're gonna roll this. We're gonna roll this one off
Okay.
the fly, Connor. So take a quick look. You choose, and you start, sir, and we'll figure out an impression to roll with.
For instance, do you realize you haven't collected any membership fees in 13 months? I'm curious, is it strictly apathy, or do you really not have a goal in life?
I found that if you have a goal, that you might not reach it. But if you don't have one, then you are never disappointed. And I gotta tell you, it feels phenomenal.
Well, I guess that makes sense, in a really sad way.
Sad? You want to know what's sad, boy? 6 grown men playing dodgeball.
Oh, is that who you were going for?
Yeah, going for it.
I'm not going to lie. The start of that sounded like a completely different character.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
The boy was the only thing that got me in. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I panicked.
that's who it is.
Yeah, I panicked and had nothing, and so
So you started out with Conroy Batman and went Kratos in the end.
Go base. Yeah, there was nothing there. Just shit all over that. So you're welcome.
Boy.
Excuse me, Connor Lewis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Matt Mangum.
Okay, so for this next bit that Jake has done for us, you're going to have to really get into character here, okay? So we're going to get ready for it. And the biggest key to it...
You need to keep your finger on the fucking button. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Just flush all that out, and then you'll be perfectly ready for the read. Excuse me, Connor Lewis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Matt Mangum. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Then keep your finger on the fucking button.
Sure. Okay, so we ready to go then?
No, because I didn't hear what you fucking said.
Okay, well, I'm happy to explain it again for you then. So what I said
Please
is the most important...
And I swear to God, keep your finger on you motherfucker!
And then, like we said, we just flush it right out, right? And it works beautifully. It's going to be a great read. All right, are you ready, Connor Lewis?
Sure, Matt.
Connor J. Lewis, can you hear me?
Did you add a fucking J? Okay, so here we go for this one. Enjoy, if you can. Thanks, Jake, you son of a bitch. Oh my God, Brittany.
What?
We're on page 6.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, look.
Wilson Sisters Rockhamptons.
Wilson Sisters rock. We rock.
Yes.
Wait. We aren't in the Hamptons this weekend.
Oh, no.
We've been cloned! Matt's gone.
It's up, Dad.
Oh, good God. What a fucking film.
Whew.
Thanks, Jake. Awful. Yeah, you lost Kronk. I don't know what happened.
So here's the thing, audience. I got so lost in the read and the hilarity of it that I went through like 3 different character changes throughout that.
I don't know what happened to Price in the middle. He just went, but he came back.
I ran through like myself.
You did? Yep.
And then my Batman, and then Kronk, and then ran somewhere all of that intermingled, and I just rolled with it. I don't know what the hell happened.
But remember, he outshines me in everything.
Still did 3 characters. You did 1. All right. So we are going to now be done with that shit. I don't know if we'll be doing this again. No, we absolutely will.
This has potential. Yeah. First time trying that segment, audience needs some tweaking, clearly. But I reckon there's something there.
Or some tweakers. To make that even better.
Awesome, good talent.
Get out of my fucking head.
Hold on. Did you say something?
Did you hear something?
It's kind of like when I hear you, it's just so grating on the ears. I just can't. Like yours screeches in one ear, his is unintelligible. I don't know what the fuck you want me to do here, America. I'm trying. Okay? I'm trying.
Just like the rest of America.
All right, so now we have to talk about something that is just really immediately important, and that is Conor's understanding of anything, really. But if you had caught a certain video that he had released on TikTok about trying to try out an American specialty, he did it absolutely wrong. So at first, we're going to go ahead and let Conor explain what he used to have this delicacy that is delicious if done right. But
it wasn't bad.
And then we'll go ahead and correct and make sure that he understands that it was just repulsive, really. Conor, please, what did you do? That's fair.
It was. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's the worst bit. But I took biscuits and I took gravy and tried the dish biscuits and gravy. I don't see how you guys can eat that on the regular, but yeah, no, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You know, generally, and I've heard this from you a lot, to do things right, you know what I mean? You should probably do it in the way that country does it, not in your own interpretation. But, you know, being the English, everything comes from England, right? All that nonsense. Things can evolve and change. And those, first of all, number one, that was not a fucking biscuit. I believe that you call them digestive biscuit.
Digestive biscuit.
Well, guess what? If you're going to try an American dish called biscuits and gravy, you try American biscuits. You ate crackers. Crackers. Shh.
You want me to eat scones? Okay. Scones and gravy. Got it. It's not American, you fucks. Listen, so if you have to call it a scone, great, but that is American country gravy. Or, Jake, what is it called in the chef world?
Bechamel.
Thank you. That's what we use. Put that on a fucking scone, throw some sausage in it, some other shit. That is what American country biscuits and gravy is. Conor ate a fucking cracker in like thin, very thin beef gravy. It looked like coffee.
It was quite thick.
Fucking gross. It was
Trust me.
It was fucking nasty as fuck. And then he's like, I don't know how you'll eat this. You're right, because we fucking don't, right? It's not even anything close to what we eat. That was shit in a fucking cup. That's what you did, and you ate it.
It really wasn't that bad. The sweetness of the digestive biscuit really came through for me on that one.
It's disgusting. Coming soon, though, I'm going to try some British dish that is not here in America. I'll talk to Jake and not your ass because you don't know shit. Obviously, Jake is the chef. I'm going to talk to him about a good dish, and then I'll ask the chef to get me that recipe, and I'll try something similar-ish to that. Right, and then I'll film it, and it'll probably be delicious because it'll be done right. Because I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to tarnish something as beautiful as biscuits and gravy. Is one of my favorite foods ever. Had some this morning, actually. Fucking fantastic. Gravy wasn't brown fucking coffee, and it wasn't an oversized fucking Ritz cracker. Whatever the fuck. By the way, that thing was fucking huge. Who the fuck gets crackers? They're like the size of softball.
Biscuits, Matt. They're biscuits made for dunking in tea.
Well, to be fair, the American version of a digestive is a graham cracker.
Oh, a graham cracker.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Graham.
Why the fuck would you say Graham?
Because
if
that's
you were
what
gonna
it's
fuck
called.
up, if you were going to make fun of that word, you would say Graham. You jackass! You can't even fuck up the word right. It's Graham, and it's American English. So half the goddamn alphabet is silent. Get over it, right? Figure out what the fuck it means. With 17 different meanings for each word. Yes, I understand where I'm from.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I mean, this is the country that had to take pavement and turn it into sidewalk because they were walking in the road, apparently.
Yeah, because we put pavement in the road.
What? That's tarmac you're meant to use, you fuck.
No, a tarmac is at the fucking airport, you jackass. That's what the fucking planes go out on, is the tarmac.
That's a runway.
It's both.
Jesus Christ.
Sidewalk.
Oh,
you walk on the side of the road. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, and most other countries in the world aren't fucking stupid enough to not need that spelled out for them.
Just because America has evolved and everybody else is yet to catch up is not our fault, okay?
No, you know what this is a classic case of is, those 50 people over there are saying something different, but they're in the wrong, I'm right.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to stand up for what you believe in, especially when everybody else is shitting on you, okay? That's what's called breakthrough acting, Connor, right? You really got to get past that.
I'm surprised you know the term.
What? Did you say something?
I said, I'm surprised you know the fucking term. Apparently, this has angered me somewhat.
I love this. Please get angry. This is great. Face gets a little red. Shows, you know.
Oh, God, yeah.
Show some passion, some actual ability to fucking portray something more than just
you take that
bland
back.
boredom.
You take that back. The fucking the directed session for Reggie, not the middle one, the later one.
Shit.
Yeah, no, that was open. I will openly admit that was shit. But no, that was the callback, the directed session. You said I got some emotion in there.
Yeah, after like an hour and a half.
Slow burn.
You said it yourself. You heard it here, folks. Connor is a slow burn. What? All right. So, like, all right.
Yes.
Nope, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh, okay.
Nope. There's no point in trying to understand. It's also, it's not a debatable thing. It's nothing in between the countries or any of that. All right, let's spin it on this angle. What type of tea? Two questions, two-parter. First question, what is the most common type of tea in England? And two, what is your favorite, Connor?
Ooh.
Because there's lots of tea drinkers all around the world. Tea comes from everywhere, right? And there's tea drinkers all over the world. So I'm just curious.
I suppose, I don't know. I mean, I found that whenever you go and get an English breakfast tea, everyone says, oh, it's the same. It's not. Like, so PG Tips, Yorkshire tea, Yorkshire Gold is my favourite. PG Tips and Yorkshire tea are up there as well. But yeah, Yorkshire Gold tea bags are my favourite. Sponsor us, please. But yeah, English tea, English breakfast tea isn't the same thing, and I don't know why it's so different.
What flavors of tea isn't all that I was going for? Because we don't necessarily know all the brands and stuff that you guys are talking about.
It's
but
tea flavored tea.
So I understand the question you're going for, Matt. I'll be the voice of reason here.
Flavored water. As I said last episode.
Fruit tea is a thing here, but generally speaking, English breakfast is the go-to, and more people are bothered about the brand of English breakfast of which you drink because they do taste massively different. Though when you get into fruit tea, I've got to say green tea is probably my favourite. It's just clean.
Okay. A lot of people drink chamomile, don't they, before bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Earl Grey's a big one as well in England.
Earl Grey is a big one in England.
We're big tea drinkers here too. My wife drinks tea every single day, and she's kind of found her own blend of how to make it somewhat a little bit more like coffee, if that makes sense, right? So she does. So I don't know how tea's made all over the place, but she just does her regular tea, hot water, seeps it, throws a few cubes of sugar in there, and then she'll put some half and half in it as well. Not much, just a bit, and then stirs it up, and that's how she drinks her tea. When I drink tea, I prefer cold tea, not hot tea. The only times that I'll drink hot tea is like chamomile or something like that, or if I'm drinking a tea that I need for like a lemon tea or something for when my throat is harsh or something like that. That's what I like that. Otherwise, I like sweet tea, probably my favorite, like Southern sweet tea. Which we'll brew and make ourselves, or something like this that I will shamelessly plug. Please sponsor us with this. Half and half is fantastic.
I got something. Yeah. Coming back to helping the voice stay not broken for when you're voice acting or singing, or when you start to feel it's a bit dry and you want it to sound clear and all that sort of stuff. May I present Vocal Zone? It's what I use. Throat pastils, they're very good. Can be used for coughs and sore throats, but they work really well at just coating the throat.
Vocal Zone is in no way associated with this or any of its products.
May cause excessive shitting.
Well, now you're fucked.
Yeah.
You had a comedy bit. Now you fucked the sponsorship.
It doesn't. I don't. Unless you take 2 minutes. No. I was going to that leads me on to the question for you: is what do you use? Do you use like throat coat tea? I know that's popular. Do you like throat pastils, or is it just chamomile or chamomile, whatever you say?
I think it's very different for everybody. Me personally, I've tried a lot of different stuff. There was like, and you probably saw it about a year or so ago. They were big on the throat sprays, right? And there was like this big one, you know what I mean? And like trying to soothe your throat while you're acting and all of that. Those were terrible, by the way. I do not recommend any of them because they all made my throat 10 times worse, actually.
Fantastic.
I like had to stop acting for a whole 24 hours because it just...
And you never picked it back up since? Wow.
No, I have not. I'm still looking for that one product to bring me back. No, I've tried. Vocal Zone. I've had like the little tablets, just like the mouth-watering tablets and things like that. So, because a lot of times when we're acting, right, your mouth dries out. You know from doing books, right? Sitting in hours and hours of narrating, your voice will dry out very quickly. I've just found, honestly, tea works, and then if I'm doing. From some of the action roles and stuff that I've done, like such as like the Hulk, like yelling will just destroy your voice like that. And I have found that just straight up cough drops. Sometimes I just grab a cough drop and just run one, even though I'm not sick, will tend to help. But honestly, sometimes you'll definitely hear Conor and I giving out tips. Don't know if they're good or not, but we'll give you out tips. Vocal rest, really.
We're only aspiring at voice actors.
So vocal rest, lemon tea is very, very good. Lemon water works very well. And honestly, just water. If you're hydrated, make sure you're hydrated before you go into the booth. You generally won't have a lot of those issues. If you are doing screaming, by the way, please be very careful. You can absolutely destroy your vocal cords if you don't do that properly. Like you really, really can. So if you don't know how to scream properly or yell, get training first. Please.
Matt used to have the voice of an angel before he fucked his voice.
Hear this, gravel? I yelled one time. That's what it was.
Also, I just want to come back to some good grammar you used there. Was hydrate much? And
Well,
I now need you to hold up your can and go, hydrate much.
The problem is I've been having to listen to your shit speech in my ear for the last few months, and it's really fucking with the smooth, amazing grammar that I have. That's not true at all. I have terrible grammar. That's why I need scripts in front of me that are written for me.
All right, Ron
Except for
Burgundy.
anything that Jake writes for me, because that was just fucking shit in a basket and then delivered hot.
Okay, so I think we followed some squirrels around there. So considering that was England versus America, we ended up giving out voiceover tips for keeping your voice nice and clean.
And here's Dis.
Yeah, welcome to Dis. We follow the squirrels randomly and wherever they fucking go. Booth squirrels are real, people.
Did you hear that?
Oh no. Still look. Oh, did you let it out?
Still looking for that talent.
Christ, those things are fast.
Yeah, that's exactly the joke I was going to make. Still looking for that talent.
Man, hey, that fucker grabbed my talent and ran away months ago. I've been trying to catch his ass every time I'm in here. So, sorry, everybody. I got to chase him down. It's Connor's fault. Scared him away. It's just so grating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fantastic. Good shit. Good soup. Good soup. And then. No, we're not doing that again. Oh, apparently we are. And then. I think that about brings us to the end of your shit, the show. The shit show that is Dis.
There you go.
Yeah, we got there. Next episode, got something a little bit special for you. Matt, I'm going to hand it over to you because it is massively to do with you.
I appreciate that. So we do have a special guest next episode. That is going to be Wielder Biscuit Productions. And that is going to be fantastic.
2 special guests. Sorry to cut you. 2 special guests and 1 tag-along.
Keep doing your math, because that would be 3, since there's 4 members of BBP.
Yeah, but you're part of Dis, and you are representing Dis on that show.
Am I? Or is this whole thing a ruse just to give BBP more recognition?
I mean, it could be.
Infiltrated.
Okay.
Done.
Fine. 3
Yes, so,
guests from BBP and 1 tag-along.
yes, absolutely.
You're not the tag-along.
You are definitely the tag-along. So we'll have all 4 owners of Bewilder Biscuit Productions on the next episode. We'll be talking all things Bewilder Biscuit and the animated comics, things that are going on now, shows coming up, and all the chaos of Dis will be infiltrated into all aspects of that for sure. And I'll just continue here. So I've got some things coming up. A few books that I'm going to be in. One, Perceptions, which Above and Beyond, which I know that Connor's going to talk about. We talked about earlier in the show, but we are very proud of this. It's going to be very fun audio drama coming up, so look for it soon. Be on the lookout for Pandemic as well, to give you a nice precursor for Perceptions when that is released, and all the other stories that David Parker Ross has written, which are fantastic. We will talk about Jake. Okay, cool. We've talked about Jake being on the show today. Thank you very much for helping out with the live production and that shit intro that I was forced to read. Yep. And yeah, that's where we're at. Check us out on all of our socials, and I'll kick it back over to
where can we find you again? Go on, plug it shamelessly.
everywhere Conor is not. MattMangum.com is where you can find me in all of the other aspects of socials and everywhere else I'm found.
Beautiful. And yeah, I am Conor Lewis VO over on TikTok and Instagram. I am in the process of setting up a website. I will get that set up, ready for maybe next episode. Who knows? But yes, you can find me at here. The insert thing here, Jake. Yeah? Should be within your capabilities. Just here. Beautiful. Thank you. And yes, as Matt said, got some exciting stuff coming up. Bite of Time, which is another... Fuck you. Wake up. Not done yet. Bite of Time, which is another production by Spencer Brown. very much looking forward to getting that started and underway because Last Man on Mars was fucking fantastic to be a part of. Can't wait to work with him again. Motherfuckers. I sat there patiently and nicely waiting for you. Perceptions Pandemic, Bite of Time, Dragon Den audiobook coming soon. Very excited about that. It's been a lot of work, but I've enjoyed it. And
Sure has.
I also got Ghosts in This House coming up, Angelique Anderson's book. Very much looking forward to getting that started. I should be starting that within the next week or so. I will be on TikTok Live. If you want to torture yourselves and listen to me read it, you can jump over and I will be doing live narration. If you've missed any of our stuff, do go back and check it all out on our YouTube page. I am sure that's where you're watching us because that's where you get the most value. Obviously, we are on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts soon, if not already. I think that about wraps it up anyway, doesn't it, Matt?
Yep, I think we're done here. I think we've had enough of each other this week.
Yep, I'm definitely done with you. I need a week-long break. Fantastic. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and at least found some bits of what Matt had to offer at least kind of interesting, useful.
I'll take it.
And I guess there's only one thing left to say, and that's dish you later.
We'll see you later.
I'm done. See you later. Fuck that guy.
God, Jake, is he gone yet? Can we? Holy shit, we got to revamp this whole show. He's coming back. Yeah, so, that's been a great show, and we'll dish you later. Awesome.
Sweet. Where's my fucking cursor? There it is.